Hello everybody, welcome back to the Mills Mechanical. Let's see, so today we're going to see if we can get the Mini started. So I featured this in my introduction video. This is my 05 Mini Cooper S. It was involved in an accident and, like I said, kind of a sad series of unfortunate events. So as you see, there's the damage. So the big thing on these newer cars, like the Minis, like my Nissan, and actually a lot of older cars, is they have what's called an immobilizer. So what that does is whenever a car is involved in an accident, either if it's like one of the old school inertia ball switches where if a truck is hit, it will, or a car is hit, it'll flip a ball, it turns the fuel off, so that way when you get into a wreck, fuel isn't coming out of the motor, starts a fire, you know, it's a safety thing. What a lot of cars have now is it's hooked up to the airbags. So when the airbag goes off, there's a small charge which causes a separation, and I will show you what I'm talking about here in a second. And if you're wondering what that is, that's what that is. That cowbell sound, that's my dog Percy up there. She's running around like an idiot. But anyways, back to the car. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pop the trunk. And just for you Mini Cooper owners out there, if your battery ever goes dead and you need to get into the back where the battery is at, all you do is flip up the driver's seat, go underneath the rear seat here, and right here is the hatch release. Just pull that, pops it, and you can open up your trunk, open up the hatch. Not really a trunk, but you know. Yeah, I got some stuff back here. Anyways. So, here is the battery, and here's the immobilizer. So this right here, there's a little charge in there, as you can see. And this wire here goes into here. So when the driver's side airbag went off, it had a little charge go off, separated it, kept the engine from running, which keeps the fuel from pumping out. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this piece off here, and we're just going to put a regular battery connection on there. Nothing permanent, just something so I can see if I can get the car started at least and run and make sure the engine runs. And then we'll go from there. Alrighty, so basically what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to cut this end off here and put just a regular old battery terminal connection on here, connect it to the power, and then see what happens. Now I don't know if not having this connected is going to have anything to do with it. If so, might rig something up so it actually will work. So yeah, let's get the cutting. Now what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to hold this with a pair of channel locks, just so I have a little bit more to hold on to with the angle grinder. So basically I'm going to cut right here. We're going to make two cuts on either side. There's one. Two. Now, should hopefully be through each side. So now we're going to try to find a way to get this off there. I have to get my hammer and chisel, just kind of spread it out a little bit. So I got my chisel, got my hammer. Let's see if we can get these to spread out a little bit. Get this out of the way. There's one side. And it doesn't really look like I need to really use a hammer, but I'm going to try and get this split apart. One. Alrighty, so I got the end taken off. I had to cut it again just to help it out. Obviously it's soldered in place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my channel locks. I'm going to kind of crunch them back down, crunch this wire back down a little bit just to make it a little easier to work with. There you go. Now I'm doing this is not a permanent fix by any means. Probably what I'll end up doing is I'll end up going to his junkyard, pull one of these off of a junk mini, probably pull this, and there's a little box down here that has another fuse, which is probably blown from the airbag going off, but we'll find out. So here's the connector I'm going to use. It's a pretty basic battery connector. I pick them up Walmart, AutoZone, wherever. They're cheap and it'll work for this. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this end in here, like so. And I'm going to find the size that is. To be maybe a 12 millimeter. Right on the money, 12 millimeter. Oops. Hands don't want to work today. It might be an 11, but 12 will work for what we're doing here. So there you go, it's clamped on. Tighten it down a little bit. Again, lefty loosey, righty tighty. Voila, there it is. So we're going to loosen this up. I got another connection right here. I think operates all the accessories. I think let's loosen one of these up again. And we're gonna do the other one. Alright, so we're going to loosen one of these connectors up here. So I got another battery connection that I have to put on here, which I believe runs all the accessories and stuff for the car. Take this all the way out. Let's see if I can get this to line up here. A little bit of a tight squeeze. Got that threaded. put back on. You just want to be careful, kind of keep all the metal stuff away from the battery. And if you wear a wedding ring, make sure you take it off whenever you're connecting or taking a battery off. Because from what I hear, that is not fun. I got about 12 here. Oh, 13. It's nice and tightened down. The battery is very loose right now. It's because it does not have the thing to keep it in place. Right, so that's tightened down. Grab the negative here, and let's see what happens. This might get kind of exciting. All right, we got power. So that's a good thing. So these bolts here on the stock connectors are 10 millimeter. So let's get it back a little bit. Get it out of there. Just don't want anything hidden. Okay. All right, so we got our battery hooked back up, took the immobilizer out. I'm still not too sure of this whole setup here. I might have to make something work there. Who knows? We'll find out. But let's see if it starts. And I really need to get this airbag out of the way. Haha! There you go, guys. So, if you ever need to get something to start, and you're wondering if you get it to start, just got to do that little bypass there. So, there we go. That sounds pretty good, actually. I was a little worried by getting hit that maybe something would get knocked out of the way or out of alignment. You know, it might have only been like a 30-mile-an-hour hit, but you never know. So, yeah, she runs. I'm not going to let her run too long. She doesn't have any coolant in her, so now that we know it runs, we'll just turn it off. So here comes the big question. What do I do? Now, the parts for this car are available. I found a hood. I found the whole core support, radiator, condenser assembly with the bumper. You know, that's about $1,000 right there in just those parts alone. And the motor needs to have some work done on it. I'd like to do a refresh on it. Or do I go another route and do a full-on K24 swap? There's plenty of videos out there for them. And at the end of the day, K24 has a better aftermarket. Or do I leave it mini, leave it supercharged, and keep that beautiful supercharger whine? So, I'm all about content. I kind of want to make this a project. It might not be a project, it might be too much, and it might have to end up being parted out. I don't know. I hope not. I really like these cars. These cars are awesome little cars once you kind of fix all the issues with them. So yeah, there it is. There is a immobilizer bypass. So thank you for watching. I hope you learned something today. And yeah, till next time.